If you're one of the 71% of Americans who wish to travel more this year and you plan on spending more on your travel, this video is especially for you. When we sit down with our clients and start teaching them how to budget their money, they automatically clam up and feel like we're gonna restrict their interests like traveling. That couldn't be further from the truth. We actually want our clients to enjoy what they love without going into debt for it and without forgoing their financial future. It's all about balance. In this video, you can expect to learn the basics of budgeting your overall finances, setting money aside for vacations, having a realistic budget for your trips, and the best ways to stretch your money. So let's kick it off with the basics of budgeting your finances. If you've never set a budget before, don't worry. We have a free budget setting tool that you can download from our website, millsknowsbills.com. Once you have that tool, I invite you to fill in the appropriate information and just get a basic understanding of where your money is coming from and where it's going. If you'd like additional help on budgeting, feel free to check out our YouTube playlist on how to set a budget or schedule a free call with us. The link is in the description. However, we are only scratching the surface of unpacking your finances and budgeting them in general, just on the surface. Here's what I really want you to know for this video. Identify how much money a month you can actually afford to set toward your vacations. Once you've got that number, go on to step number 2. So, setting money aside for vacations. Take this opportunity to dedicate a specific amount meant for your vacation savings only. This can be done by opening another bank account where you currently have money or opening a new one altogether. The point here is to keep that money separate and to consistently set money aside toward it monthly. You can do this by establishing automatic account transfers from your checking account or having your direct deposit paycheck split into multiple accounts for you. This allows you to save first and then spend what's ever left over. Here's a bonus tip. Start setting money aside for your vacation as soon as you can. Don't wait until you have all the answers of where you want to go or how much it will cost you. Simply set the money aside consistently and then answer those questions along the way. That way, you're making progress towards your end goal rather than waiting for perfection.
How to budget for vacations. When traveling, I like to focus on a specific aspect of the trip. Are we going there for the food, the beaches, or a specific event? For example, if I'm visiting New Orleans and I want to go to Mardi Gras, I'm really only there for that cultural experience. I'm not going to focus so much on the historical gardens or the amazing dining. I might go to a few places here or there, but that's not really my main goal when on this vacation. With that in mind, I like to go ahead and focus on that goal and write it down. Everything else that I go ahead and plan is going to center around that main focus, and now I can go ahead and plan the trip a little bit better. The second thing that I keep in mind is my lodging. It actually is the most expensive aspect of going anywhere, and I know people might actually think it's the flights, but really it's where you're going to be staying for that amount of time. With that being said, you want to focus your lodging experience based off of those main wish list items. You don't want to be too far from a metropolitan area if you want to have specific cultural experiences or a lot of fine dining. Now, that not only saves you a considerable amount of money, but it will save you a considerable amount of time. With lodging as well as your main wish list items in mind, we need to go ahead and break it down so that it's a lot more feasible to get you where you need to go. Are you going to be on a 5-day trip? And how long are you planning on having this vacation? Is this vacation 4 months away? If so, On a 5-day trip, on average, I'd spend about $100 a day. That means I need to have $500 by the time that my feet land on my ultimate destination. Between those $500 and the money spent on my Airbnb, for instance, or any specific lodging, and the transportation costs, I might overall spend $1,000. If that trip is 4 months away, that means I have $250 to save each month. That roughly comes out to $63 a week.
One of my favorite ways to save while on an adventure and still get the most out of my travel experience is to grocery shop. Yes, you heard me correctly. A travel motto I live by is live like the Romans. It's a motto I find that saves me money and allows me to get the most out of my travel experience while embracing day-to-day norms of the culture. I always plan a few normal me things that I do back home. When I was in Rome, I rented an Airbnb with a kitchen, went grocery shopping for a few items like chicken, spaghetti sauce, and green beans. It all cost me $8 and was enough for 3 meals. Not to mention, it was the best jarred spaghetti sauce I've ever had. When you budget for going out to eat, you can also consider finding local places or eating local meals. You'll find that locals don't eat what you'd get and probably won't be marked up or as expensive. Another travel on a budget tip is to embrace layovers. I know it sounds weird, but it's the best way to experience more for less. When I traveled to Thailand, we had a 16-hour layover in China. Unless you wanted to pay more for a shorter layover. Well, I didn't, so I embraced the layover and planned some activities. And I'm glad I did. The best part is you don't have to worry about your luggage except for your carry-ons, and just plan accordingly to be back at the airport in time for your flight, and you're golden. We had enough time on that trip to visit the Great Wall of China, walk around, get a souvenir, and negotiate a lower price for it, and eat lunch just in time to be back for our connecting flight. When your trip is all said and done, your wallet will thank you, and your heart will be wanting to come back for more.
So you see, you don't need to forego traveling from your budget to make the most of your finances. Work smarter, not harder. If you have any questions about adding travel to your budget, reach out to us at info@millsknowsbills.com.